Welcome to Mr. Trip's channel. Today, I will introduce you to the most mysterious country in the world, North Korea. The ancient name of North Korea is Choson, the most mysterious country in the world today. In contrast to the noise on international news pages about missile tests, the century-old meeting between the two leaders of North Korea and the United States, inside North Korea, is still quiet. People know almost nothing about the outside world. All architectural buildings are in Pyongyang. Setting foot in Pyongyang, the first impression is the tall, solid, and modern buildings everywhere. The tall, silent buildings with the appearance of pride make me feel more scared than overwhelmed. Like most other tourists, I was only allowed to take beautiful pictures with strict control from the tour guide. The rest of the things are contrary to beauty. You can only see and know for yourself, but you are not allowed to ask or take pictures. The government wants to control all images that go out of the border of North Korea. Kim Il-sung Mausoleum, which was once his residence and office, the Koryo Hotel, where most tourists stay, is the second tallest building in North Korea. The hotel is located next to the Taedong River and is owned by the Japanese and is rated 5 stars with prices ranging from 100 to 175 USD night. The Koryo has 43 floors with a spacious lobby that makes you feel overwhelmed and a gold-plated elevator. The hotel has full massage services, a swimming pool, a tennis court, international telephones, and a mini supermarket to serve tourists. Kim Il-sung Square, the Juche Thought Tower, the Children's Palace, are also such magnificent structures. There are hundreds of buildings from 25 to 35 floors high scattered throughout the city. People's University, Central Library in Pyongyang, North Korea. Every morning, I see Pyongyang people lining up to wait for the bus at the bus stop. The weather is not hot, but everyone is sweating because people living in apartments have to climb hundreds of stairs to get to the ground. Most high-rise apartments do not have elevators. Pyongyang is full of magnificent architectural works. Pyongyang people do not use personal vehicles, but mainly travel by bus. From 6:30 a.m., hundreds of people line up in an orderly manner at the bus stop. The bus stop is always packed with people standing and sitting, but everyone is very orderly and almost no one says anything. The tour guide shared an excitement that some people go home from work at 5 p.m., but do not get home until almost 9 p.m. because they have to wait for the bus. The beauty of a peaceful village. Just go out of the security checkpoint at the gateway to Pyongyang. You will see a completely different image of North Korea. Pyongyang and the suburbs are like two different worlds. The city is full of majestic buildings, while the suburbs are low, old houses. Many places do not even have electricity lines. People use solar energy for their minimum needs. Leaving the capital is a peaceful picture of nature. In my mind before coming to North Korea, I thought that the people here had no food and food. But I was wrong. At least as a tourist, I had the opportunity to experience many aspects of the cuisine of this country. A few years ago, I read the news that North Korea had created a website for foreigners to access with content about North Korean cuisine. Of course, when I read the news, I was very curious and tried it. It was a unique culinary world. Just rice alone, North Koreans have dozens of ways to cook it with countless ways to mix ingredients that are very attractive. Compared to Korean cuisine that I have eaten many times, North Korean cuisine gives a more Korean feel. The dishes are lightly prepared, with balanced spices and traditional decorations. There is even beer in the meal. In contrast to the glitz of Pyongyang, the countryside is peaceful but poor. The TV in the hotel. In addition to 3 channels for the people, including the channel to propagate state policies, the channel showing movies, the channel talking about the country's scientific and technological achievements, tourists can also watch some other international news channels, such as Al Jazeera of Qatar or CCTV of China. The TV is like that, but the internet is absolutely not visible. Even if tourists want to be friendly with a North Korean, it is not easy. No one said anything, but my companions and I could feel that everyone seemed shy and somewhat distant when interacting with me. The conversations only stopped at a moderate level of a few sentences about food and cuisine, and no one dared to go further. So, even though we were together for a whole week, my tour guide and I still had an invisible distance that was hard to describe, and sometimes a little awkward. On the vast fields growing many of the main food crops of North Korea, it was only when we got to the outskirts that this feeling got better. The people in the suburbs did not know how to speak foreign languages, and the foreigners did not know Korean, so they shook hands and were more friendly. Panmunjom, the world's most scary place. Many tourists want to satisfy their curiosity and know what it's like to visit Panmunjom, the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. After the armistice agreement, both South Korea and North Korea retreated 2 kilometers to create a demilitarized zone, DMZ, 4 kilometer wide and 256 kilometer long. This is considered the largest demilitarized zone in the world. The demilitarized zone, DMZ, between South Korea and North Korea was established in 1953 thanks to the Korean War Armistice Agreement. Like a scar dividing the peninsula into two parts, the DMZ is not only a place for strategic political meetings, but also a tourist attraction. Panmunjom, seen from the south, is the world's largest demilitarized zone. According to the Korea Tourism Organization, the DMZ between South Korea and North Korea welcomes more than 1.2 million visitors each year. When mentioning the DMZ, the first image that comes to mind is the Joint Security Area, JSA, also known as the Panmunjom Armistice Zone. Visitors can easily recognize this place by the vivid blue Military Armistice Commission conference room, located in the middle of the military demarcation line. The barbed wire fences and military personnel make the DMZ between South Korea and North Korea haunting and ominous. In 1993, when visiting this place, Bill Clinton called it the scariest place on Earth. Panmunjom is the most visited area in the DMZ from both sides. Here, visitors can see the military demarcation line and even cross it while in the conference room. North Korean roads and railways as seen from the South Korean demilitarized zone. North Korea has two main attractions, Panmunjom and an observation area overlooking the South Korean anti-tank barrier at the southern end of the treaty zone. 9. Historical destinations on your journey to North Korea. Kaesong, a city in the southern part of Korea, home to the ruins of the Manwolde Palace. The city prospered as a center for the production of Korean ginseng. Kaesong, a destination for foreign tourists to Korea. Many Goryeo-era relics are located in Kaesong. The murder of Taoko of Gori. Taejo of Goryeo reigned from 918 to 943 and was the first king to establish the Goryeo dynasty. Monument to 3 charts for national reunification. A structure across the Unification Highway, consisting of 2 Korean mothers in traditional costumes holding a globe with a map of the unified Korean peninsula. Cholima statue, a symbol of the miraculous development of North Korea after the war. Pohyeon Temple. Located on Mount Myeongseong and founded in the 11th century, this ancient temple is a major center of North Korean Buddhism and a national monument belonging to the Jogye order. Taedonggang, Dadong River. This river flows through the capital Pyongyang. Along the river are structures such as the Juche Tower and Kim Il-sung Square. Juche Monument, Tower of Juche Idea. The Juche Idea Tower is a monument in Pyongyang. The tower is named after the ideology developed by Kim Il-sung. Pyongyang MRT system. Built in the 1970s with 16 stations. The interior is paved with marble. Pyongyang's metro system is one of the deepest in the world. I know you are a great person. Every video I create, I always want to bring you some useful knowledge. Can you support me with a like and subscribe? That is the biggest reward I receive from you, so that I have the motivation to produce more useful videos. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. I will reply as soon as possible. Thank you for watching the whole video. Have a nice day. See you in the next video.